Hello, Jarvis. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Listen, no one near him, and he's going to come out with it. Michigan State is headed to Minneapolis.
Jesus fuck. Well, all right, guys, what bar are we going to tonight?
Ain't no laws when you're drinking clouds, baby. That's it. 5 Adderall.
Nope, no names, bro. No names.
This is your redheads, your strippers, anyone named Tiffany.
Oh, fuck. I'll edit that out.
He was teaching a strategic management class, he says, with misbehaving. So you know what? He flunks them. All of them.
Welcome to the pregame podcast
I'm not fucking leaving.
with your host Joshua Jarvis.
Big trouble on a party like Grace Foley.
All right, guys, welcome to the pregame podcast. This is your host, Josh Jarvis, and we have Jake with us here today.
Hey man, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad, man. And we will be talking about our journey stealing a street sign with all the drunkenness, Adderall taken, and cold hands trying to cut down the sign.
Yeah, it was quite the experience getting the old Zeeb and Merkel. But before we jump into that, let's talk about our sponsor.
Yes, so we are brought to you by Fleshlight. So, Jake, tell us a little bit about Fleshlight.
Well, Fleshlight is the latest and greatest pocket pussy, I'd say, right? That's what it's called? Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
we're looking at their countdown to Black Friday sale on their website. And we're looking at a few of their models. We got Riley Reid, Stoya, Janice Griffith, and a thick-looking Lena Paul. Holy shit.
Oh,
Anyway, you can get any porn star trademark vagina in Fleshlight. It's amazing. Anyone you dream of, you can get a mold. I think you can get a mold of your mother if you really wanted to. Anyway, the pregame podcast is bringing you a special offer. If you follow the link at the bottom of this podcast, Jarvis, you want to spit the link real quick?
Yes, most definitely. Fleshlight.sjv.io/the pregame podcast.
Yeah, you don't got to remember that. The link will be in the description. Just click on that bad boy, order yourself a Fleshlight, and the pregame podcast will be accredited. And we thank you so much if you do that. And honestly, Jarvis, they sent us one, right? Did you test that boy out yet or no?
Oh,
Yeah,
Last
we
night was
won't
a fun
talk
time.
about that. We won't talk about that.
last night was a fun
It
time.
kind of makes you
I'll
want
tell
to
you
delete
that.
Tinder and stop talking to your girl. You know, it's so great. But yeah, they got a Black Friday sale coming up, so definitely take advantage of that. I think their shipping is like pretty good too. I don't know. That's what they're promising. Discreet. This thing will come in a package. You don't know what it might be. It
Yeah.
could be anything. But
Your mom thinks it's Amazon Prime, but it's really your discreet flashlight.
you think it's a bong, but it's a flashlight. You think it's a flashlight, but it's a flashlight. Whatever it is. So take advantage of this offer.
Yes, and make sure to use our promo code because that's what's going to keep us in business.
Hit our link.
Most definitely. So let's jump into our story, Jake.
Yeah, so we're talking about these street signs, you know? You guys familiar with street signs, right? You guys drive. You know,
Yeah.
they tell the street, you know? I just want to say, as a college male, it's quite the amazing thing, you know? Nothing's better. I'm actually looking at yours right now, Jarvis.
Yeah.
Nothing compliments a room better than some American flags, some Four Loko cans, and a government-owned street sign.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, so the ones we have, or that Jarvis has currently in his room, is Zeeb Road. That belonged to the intersection of Zeeb and Merkel, correct?
Yep, that is the intersection.
You know where that's at?
Yes, it is in Dexter, Pinckney, Michigan.
That's quite a ways from East Lansing, right?
Yeah, I mean, depending on the way you go, probably about an hour and a half.
It's quite the journey, you know, and a little backstory on why we, you know, specifically chose Zeeb and Merkel. It wasn't because we just ended up there. I mean, we could have said that to maybe sound cooler, but so we were in a fraternity a couple years ago, and our nickname that we used to call each other was Zeeb, Z-E-E-B, and it just so happens to be a street in Michigan, probably in other states too, called Zeeb Road. So I remember going to one of our brother chapters in Michigan, and I was inside one of their houses, and all these boys had Zeeb signs, and we're like, holy shit, we definitely need to do that. I know you can buy like replicas, but fuck that, you know, we're all for the authenticity.
Yeah,
so
the real deal.
the real
That's what we
deal,
wanted.
you know? That's what really is gonna make your girl wet when she looks up and sees Zeeb Road, right?
Yeah, right after she comes. And
Yeah.
So our journey did not start off trying to steal a sign. What really happened was it was during winter break.
Yeah, what 2 years ago maybe?
Yeah. 2 years ago.
2017?
2017. I was a sophomore, you were a junior. And we were looking to... Well, we were bored. It was winter break. We were like 2 weeks into winter break. And, both of our parents work. So it's like, we're chilling at home, not doing shit, right?
Yeah, we don't got any other friends back home. Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, my parents moved. So,
I'm joking.
I really didn't have friends.
Yeah, but like all winter breaks, long college breaks, 3 weeks, it gets bored, We're all snowed in, it's cold. There's not much to do. I'm not a big skier.
Right.
What am I doing? I'm going to sit inside and jerk off and play video games. So I figured, I might as well go do that with one of my boys, So
yeah. So he hit me up.
So Jarvis and I decided to go back up to East Lansing to pretty much do the same thing. We were back at our house at the time. And again, it was snowy, it was cold, and there wasn't much to do. I mean, we tried to do some shit, right?
Yeah, but it was more important that we could do what we wanted.
Yeah.
We could smoke a cigarette inside if we really wanted to.
Yeah, we were big
And
on the
we did.
cigs inside during that time.
Yeah, during that time, we were smoking plenty darts inside.
I think, oh, Jesus, there's drinks in that pop.
Yeah, that pop-off's fucked.
I think we were also doing some cigars at that time, and
Yeah, we definitely made a trip to Campbell's.
yeah, so we were smoking, fucking around, just being scumbags. I think at one point we put on some shorts and some boots and we looked retarded, and we went outside and started grilling some hot dogs and some brats. I think we took a couple pictures because we thought we were cool and we were going to flex on Instagram. And
Definitely had a Snapchat video.
of course.
With a visor.
Grilling outside with a foot of snow around you. And yeah, it was great. But once all that ended, we were back to square one and we were bored. And we were like, fuck it. We got to go out and do something.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know where this idea came. Was it in our heads for a while, you think?
Well, what happened was, it was just like out of the way moment. It was like, bro, we can go steal a sign, Zeebs. Well, I remember I drove past it like earlier.
Yeah.
And I was on the way to East Lansing. I'm like, oh shit, Zeeb Road. That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
And then I got to the house and I was just like, dude, we need to snag this sign.
Yeah, actually, the summer before this year, I was working and I was driving around Ann Arbor, Dexter area, and I saw Zeeb and I was like, holy shit, I was always taking pictures of it. I was like, we need to get this. And at the time, I was thinking, maybe I should do it. But, I'm not going to do it while I'm working. It's, the broad daylight. And
right.
I get it's definitely an arrestable offense. That's,
yeah.
I don't know. We should look up the exact term for cutting down a street sign. I'm sure it's a misdemeanor, That's public property. So, yeah, it was in our head. It was festering in our minds for a few months, and finally we found some time during spring break to do it. Before we get into that, around that time, too, I was recently prescribed a medication for ADHD, which I don't have. I have this crook doctor. He needs to be reported to the DEA. He gave me, I went to his office and I complained about, I can't focus in school. Within 5 minutes, I walked out with a prescription for the newest and greatest ADHD medication called, I forgot what it was called, but it was some crazy shit. My Days. Yeah. It's like this crazy 18-hour 3-stage release Adderall. It's absolutely fucking nuts. And I know at that time, I had a full bottle, and of course I'm going to be sharing the wealth. And I think me and Jarvis were just taking those to fuck around, and maybe we did something productive, but I think most of the time was spent on swiping on Tinder and thinking of just bullshit to do, right?
Well, that was my side. I was literally going hard on Tinder.
Hundreds of swipes, dude. Like
yeah, we talked about this in the Tinder podcast. I matched like 70, 80 people.
Yeah, and you were messaging every single one of those people too.
Yes, every single one. So
we were doing that for a while, all fucked up on Adderall, and I don't know if we were drinking, but we probably had a few brews throughout the day, and that's why the cigs were involved.
Yeah.
And, anyway, the day quickly turned to night, and we were like, fuck it, it's go time,
Yeah, and that's exactly what we did.
Did you and I drive around for a while, just ourselves, or?
Yeah, so the first time really consisted of...
the first attempt.
The first attempt. So the first attempt, we went down, and we scouted out the area. So we drove to the start of Zeb Road to the end of Zeb Road.
Yeah.
We drove across the whole road.
How long did that take?
Oh, a couple hours, man. Because we had to scout every single sign and how well we could steal it.
We were literally taking notes. Like, that just shows how bored we were. We were driving for hours. It's an hour or two to Dexter, Ann Arbor area. Then we spent an additional hour or so going up and down the roads, looking at all the intersections, mapping out all the signs. You know, we were trying to find the most discreet, like shaded intersection where no one was around, because most of these, like Zeb Road is a pretty popular road.
Yeah, it's a really busy road.
Yeah, it's off like a highway.
Yeah, South 94. It's a busy road, and what we were really looking for was, one to grab. But our scouting mission wasn't originally planned for a scouting mission.
No.
It was a plan to snag a sign, but we had wrenches.
Yeah, we brought the wrong tools, first of all. What are those bolts on there called? They're
rivets.
They're rivets. Explain a rivet.
Yeah, a rivet basically is it's almost like a punch, where it brackets both ends, but you can't undo it. So once it's in there for life. You can't really remove a rivet unless you cut it open.
Yeah, or I know maybe the government or professional construction agency might have
a certain tool on it,
like a punch, like a automatic punch that just punches the rivet through and they can remove them. But I mean, I don't see. There's really no point or no future like use of having to remove a sign. They're there, as you said, they're there for good. So yeah, we quickly found out that there's not a lot of intersections that are discreet.
Not at all.
I think we would follow Zeb down, and it would go into some neighborhoods, and we were like, no, this won't be too bad. I mean, the sign was usually partially in a neighborhood and then partially on the busy highway.
Yeah, remember when we went all the way down, probably south on Zeb Road? We went all the way down south on Zeb Road, and remember the one right at the end? We were like, bet, we gotta take this one. This was not the one we actually took it from.
No.
We were like, bet, we gotta take this one. This was in the first mission, and Jake's out there fiddling with the sign, or I'm out there fiddling with the sign.
Like hammering away or something.
Yeah, because what I did was I backed up my car, and you stood on my car to get to the fucking sign.
That's the thing, they're high,
Yeah, they're a high sign. But I think the funniest thing was, it was still kind of light out.
Was it?
Yeah, it was still a little light out, or it was getting dark, and some little kids were like going down this little bunny hill, like with a sled.
Yeah,
going down a little bunny hill, and their parents are out there, and you all of a sudden you hear this sign just jiggling.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just remember I heard a parent, "What's going on over there?
Yeah, are you guys okay?
Are you guys okay?"
Yeah, we ran into that a lot.
People, yeah, we're good. We're good. We just backed into the sign.
Well, I mean, our best excuse was, it was the roads were shit from snow, and we'd always say, yeah, we just spun out a little stuck. We're just trying to, jimmy out of here real quick. And, we couldn't use that forever because we're down there for 20 minutes. Yeah. People are going to get suspicious. They're going to call the police.
Oh, yeah.
It's sketchy as fuck, especially if they see some guy on top of a fucking car trying
especially like this white class neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, we were...
Police come in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, some of it was rural, but yeah, there would definitely be police involvement if they saw this. And I don't know what they would do. If they caught us, they probably would have arrested us. Maybe, or...
Yeah, so I looked it up. I mean, damaging a sign is a vandalism, but, yeah, in states like New Jersey, it's punishable up to 5 years and $15,000.
Yeah, and we had a lot of tools in the back of your car too.
Oh yeah,
they would have known.
We were loaded.
They were like, okay, they would have put two and two together and be like, okay, these guys are definitely trying to take down this fucking sign, which they were.
Oh yeah.
So we can chalk we chalked the first attempt up as a complete failure, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not total. I think we
no. It was not a complete failure because at the end of the journey, we drove to the other side of Zeb Road, and we already knew the sign we wanted to steal.
Yeah.
And the reason why was because it was on a turn, but it was a lot more wooden.
Yeah, it was a rural area.
It was rural.
It was like on a dead end, I think.
No, it wasn't a dead end, but it turned, and what happened is very rural, and there was like two houses like a tenth of a mile in the woods.
Yeah, so the road was like, there was like a hill above it, and it would go up into houses. So we had good cover from the trees and the slope, and the only thing we really had to worry about was it was a bit of a blind turn, so we really couldn't see if cars were coming each way. So we'd actually have one of us go up a little ways. We'd turn off your headlights, and we'd actually have someone scout out. You know, if we see any headlights coming, then we'd run back and be like, "Get the fuck off, get the car."
Right.
And we did that a few times. But yeah, it was. We did find a good spot where we were covered,
and also the most important part of that is we found where it wasn't using a punch. Well, I mean, a rivet.
Oh, really?
It was using a bolt.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. It looks like.
And we tried to jimmy it right then and there,
but it was frozen.
It was frozen shut.
And I think we had one pair of gloves, but
yeah,
it was fucking cold, man.
It was freezing, especially putting your hand on that metal.
Yeah,
all that.
I think we had some pliers. We were trying to like grip around it.
Yeah, we had a pair of pliers, and then we had a pair of
like I don't know. We had like a wrench, like a hammer. I think we had a punch maybe or something like that,
no,
or like a socket or something.
We had a hammer. We had a flathead, and then we had like a wrench,
a big ass flathead. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like 2 wrenches.
Yeah, so it was just too cold. There was no way to get that bolt off.
Right.
We were like thinking like, maybe we should like heat it up somehow or.
Yeah, we were thinking something along those lines.
It was just.
We were using like a lighter.
Yeah,
or something.
But we tried for quite a while. It was maybe an hour or so.
Yeah, and then we were like, okay, we just need to make this easy. We need to get a saw, and Jake was the previous treasurer. I was the new treasurer, and we were kind of like, you know, like both treasurers at this point.
Yeah.
And so we definitely used.
Well, it was for the fraternity. I mean, it was.
Yeah, it was definitely for the
It has
fraternity.
our nickname on it, so we had to use fraternity funds. Before we
most
get into that, it was early night this time, right? It was like 7, 8. It was getting dark.
Yeah.
We were still down there. We were like, fuck it. We need more tools. We need a different approach. We're going to go back up to East Lansing. We're going to take another, hour or so drive back.
Yep.
Without the sign, obviously, because we didn't get it. So we drive back up to East Lansing. It's now, maybe 10 o'clock at this time?
No.
9?
It's like midnight.
Oh, midnight?
Like 11 midnight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we get back at like midnight. We're still buzzing off this crazy retard Adderall that we took.
Yeah.
And we start thinking, we're not going to be able to... Actually, before we get into the saw, I think this is where we get our special help, right? Mr. Nick?
No. He comes second trip.
Oh, second
because
trip.
we didn't go back down that day. We waited a couple days, remember?
Okay, so we did wait.
Yeah.
All right, so we didn't do anything that night, the rest of that night, right?
No, the rest of the night, I remember I slept on the couch and set up some hookups. That was my
Did you
goal.
hook up with anyone that night?
No, but I set up one
Good man.
hookup for New Year's.
You put it in your schedule too, like on it, literally.
I put it in my Google
You
Calendar.
put it in his Google Calendar. For what time?
Well, I mean, it was over New Year's, so it was like midnight.
Oh, okay.
So New Year's kiss,
I'm
New Year's fuck.
I'm looking at the Fleshlight ad still. I keep seeing the pause. It's so fucking good. Whatever. But yeah, buy Fleshlights, please.
Go for it.
So we just scrap that night. We go to sleep. I guess you could call it sleep.
Yeah, it was more like your eyes are closed while you're awake.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Anyway, we wake up the next morning pretty early too, because of course the drugs.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't know what we did that day.
The next day?
Fucked around. Maybe we eat some hot dogs. Maybe we just fucked around.
Yeah, we definitely just fucked around. I think we probably tried to game plan a little bit more.
Yeah, I think this is when we decide to
buy the saw.
So
yeah, this is probably definitely when we bought the saw, and then Faringa came up probably that day.
Yeah. Back to the saw though, it was just a regular handheld.
I still have it.
Saw.
It's in that drawer.
It's we got that from Meyer, like $15 maybe.
Yeah, it was super cheap.
Pretty cheap. Come back, get the saw, and then we have Nick, our engineer friend, resident genius.
But like he wasn't there because we needed his help. He was there just like hang out and chill.
He was just there to get fucked up, like always.
Literally just there to get fucked up. And we were experiencing like the blackout Nick, like super fucked up Nick.
Yeah, so we were drinking the day after we came back. While he was there, think we were drinking 40s for some fucking reason.
Yeah, we were drinking 40s.
Yeah, nothing's better than
You guys were. I was driving.
Yeah, nothing's better than a Christmas break 40.
Yeah.
So we spent that day drinking. I think that's when like vapes were starting to get bigger. Not like the Juul Soren. Remember we went on like a Soren trip or something?
So I remember Fringa bought his first Soren.
Yeah. Great moment in history, for everyone.
Yeah, I didn't vape at all.
I don't think anyone did. I think I had a Juul once.
I think that was like the second time I ever hit a vape.
But again, we were so fucking bored. We were like, you gotta do something. We don't need more cigars. And maybe we had one more. And we were like, let's go get a vape. So we made a vape trip, whatever. It just typical bullshit throughout the day.
Right.
And then we finally started to get into the mode of let's steal the sign again. We got to do this, because this is our mission.
And so how we started it off was basically Nick.
We got drunk, except for you. You didn't get drunk, but we got drunk.
Right. I probably had one or two.
Yeah, he was fine.
Yeah, I was fine. But what really happened was we get down and Nick is drinking Tall Boys, actually.
Tall Boys of what?
Oh, I don't fucking
know. They were strong.
It was some hipster.
Yeah, it was fucking wasted.
It was some hipster shit.
Yeah.
Definitely picked up from the Spartan liquor store.
Yeah, we get into a good mood, We decided, all right, it's time to go. Let's fucking gear up. And Nick, Nick, he has nothing else to do, so he's gonna come with us.
Yeah, so we're driving down, and I remember when we were driving down, Nick definitely hit you in the head with his 40. Because he had Tall Boys and 40s.
This motherfucker, Jarvis is driving, I'm in the passenger seat, I'm trying to be co-pilot, map out, the route. Nick is in the back being a fucking belligerent fuck, still drinking. I think he finished a 40, and at one point he takes the empty 40 bottle, I shit you not, and throws it at my head, a glass 40 bottle, and throws it at my fucking head while we're driving, like on the highway, and I'm so fucking mad. I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? And I look at him like, you just threw a 40 at my head. This has never happened before. Of course it happens. I'm sitting in a car going 80 on the highway at night. Luckily, I was a little drunk, so I didn't feel it too much. And I look at him, and he just gives me this drunken, just smile, just like laughs at me.
That's fucking hilarious.
And then after that, he proceeds to pull his pants down and take a piss out the window. Do you remember that? Or he pisses?
He pissed in the 40, didn't he?
He pissed in the 40?
Yeah. He took the 40, he pissed in the 40.
And then just screws it back on and throws it in the trunk. Just like,
No, he threw it out the window.
He threw it out the fucking window?
He threw it out the window. Because I remember I had to get all the way in the fucking right lane so he could toss out the window. And I just remember looking at my side and you're just watching it smash.
So maybe that, I think there's a truck behind us too. I don't know. I hope not.
No. I would have made sure there wasn't.
But yeah, that's just fucked up. Imagine if a cop saw that, some drunk asshole throw his 40-filled bottle of piss.
And he has a saw next to him.
And a saw, yeah. Some dude's on Tinder while he's driving. Yeah, Jarvis was swiping on Tinder while he's driving.
Oh yeah, swiping and driving, baby.
Yeah, thanks to the drugs. Anyway.
Thanks to the drugs. Because we definitely took another...
I think we took another. We had to stay up and get a lot of sleep the night before.
Yeah, but this time when we went out, it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah, so...
We scouted this fucker down.
We're getting the times kind of mixed up, but yeah, the second trip, it was late. It was late. Which is good, though. You cover darkness, and there's not a lot of people outside, at fucking, early in the morning.
It's probably like a Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was like a Tuesday night. And, yeah, the drive down fucking sucked because we had a couple belligerent kids in the car, assholes, and, throwing 40s and pissing. Sorry, I'm cheating.
That's all good.
And anyway, we finally get into our scouted out territory. About, as you say, maybe 1 a.m.
Yeah, it was late.
And we go back to the same dead end, right? Or not the dead end, just that really rural area of Zeeb and Merkel.
Yeah, it was definitely that same dead end.
And there was no one out at this point, right? There was no kids.
No, there was nobody on it. So if we saw a car, it was like, holy shit, why the fuck is there a car down here?
And definitely if a car was going to pass us, most likely they were going to stop because they were probably a resident of the area. And of course, if I was driving, if I saw, 3 fucking kids on top of a car trying to fuck with something, I would definitely stop and just ask, what's going on.
Right.
So we did have the cover of darkness, and it was, a Tuesday night, so we were mostly good. But we had to be quick. We didn't have too much time to fuck around.
Yep.
Did we start by trying to punch it out again? I think Nick took initiative and was like, okay, I think I can unscrew this, right? At first.
Yeah, but then his engineering kicked in. Well, it was drunk Nick. So basically, I took initiative, and he was like, "No, That's not how you do it. Give it to me. I was like, fuck. All right, go for it.
Yeah.
Crack yourself.
I think he starts hammering it out. Doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. He's like, fuck.
So we were like, you know what? Fuck it. We gotta cut through. And we weren't cutting. Did we try to cut through the bolt at first?
We did. We did cut through the bolt. So what happened was, the reason why we liked this sign was because there was two like, I don't know how to fucking say it. Poles.
Okay, yeah.
So there's two poles, and it was holding up a sign that had arrows both ways.
Yeah.
And it was an open top to the top pole, and they slid another pole in.
Oh, yeah.
So when they slid that
like a cross
second
pole
in,
you know?
yeah, so they slid it in. So it was so easy for us to just cut the bolt and slide it out.
Yeah. But is that what we did?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we, it's a thick bolt. It's a thick bolt of steel,
Yeah.
So we were cutting through that bitch for what, 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
with
loud,
drunk
too.
Nick, and it's like, I got it.
Yeah.
And then I came in there, hammered out a little bit. We all rotated on it.
Yeah, and we had to like hold flashlights and shit. We're on top of a car because this is probably 8 to 10 feet.
Yeah. We were definitely on top of my car while doing it.
Yeah, and
It's cold. We're all wearing duck boots, sliding around.
It was just so sketchy, and we're freezing our fucking asses off. And I was just most worried about the lights, how they're traveling through.
Right.
If anyone would see them. But yeah, we ended up finally cutting it, right, and getting it.
Yeah, we finally caught it. We finally cut it.
Well, yeah,
Got it.
but here's the thing. We only cut part of that pole. Like, remember we detached it and it was still attached to the pole?
Yep. It still had the crossroads of Zeeb and Merkel.
Yeah.
So we threw that bitch in the trunk.
Yeah, so the cross beam, we cut the bolt below it, right?
Yeah, so it was only one pole slid into another.
Yeah.
And basically we just cut the bolt and slid it out.
Yeah. And so we didn't have just the sign. We had the pole and the two signs, which was fine,
Yeah.
but it was still a bulky object.
But it was actually pretty cool because they had 2 Zeeb Road signs.
Yeah.
And then 2 Merkel
Yeah,
signs.
yeah.
So, like, I got my sign, I gave you a sign.
Yeah.
And then 2
I think
people had
Nick, I think
Merkel
Nick
signs.
took one.
Yeah, Nick took a Merkel sign.
And then I don't know who else got the,
You got a Merkel
I think
sign.
maybe Evan Wood time got it.
Did you take Merkel?
I think he took Merkel.
Yeah, we
maybe,
gave it to him.
Maybe he took Zeeb. I took Merkel. I think you two took Zeeb, and then I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
who cares how they're divvied up? We ended up getting it. That trip took what, fucking like a total of 8 hours.
Yeah, but after we stole that one, Nick's drunk craziness was like, let's get another.
No way, really?
Yeah, remember we drove down a little bit and it started getting urban. What it wasn't really urban, and then there was a sign like right at like it wasn't a crossroad. It was more just like a T. And basically, it was like Zeeb Road was like the top part of the T, and the bottom part of the T was going out to a side road.
Wasn't that on a busier road?
Yeah, it was a busier road, but it wasn't really that busy. So Nick is like, "Oh, we should get this one too."
Yeah.
And then we were like trying to cut it, and then a car drove past, and we're like, "No, fuck that."
Yeah, fuck that. Honestly, I didn't want another sign. It was way too risky. I was already so over the fucking knife from getting hit in the head with a 40 and just freezing my ass off.
Oh.
So we tried, but we gave up, right? I think
Yeah, 100%.
Get Nick's drunk ass, and it's like hurting a bull,
Yeah.
out of the car.
And I remember driving back to the house.
Yeah.
Remember when I was on Bumble and I just gave you my phone on the way
Yeah,
back?
yeah. Well,
Remember the girl Felicity?
I remember her.
You remember that girl?
I remember her, yeah.
You remember, it was just straight. It was she was an international student, and matched with her on Bumble, and we're talking back and forth, and she sent me. She was like, "Oh, I'm cooking right now." I'm like, "Oh, what are you
What
cooking?"
time was this at?
I don't know. It was late as fuck, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what are you cooking?" And I'm expecting to see like this, good ass meal, but
At
you know,
1 a.m.?
yeah, but it wasn't to the American palate. So she sent me this picture, and it looked so disgusting.
What was it, squid?
I have no fucking clue. It was like some vegetables that looked like purple. I'm like,
Actually,
what the fuck?
Did you at least compliment it?
Oh yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, it looks awesome, right? Well,
Yeah.
any guy would
Or
do in
maybe
that
I think
situation.
you were telling me to type because
Yes, I was.
I think we came to our senses. We're like, it's probably not safe for this man to be swiping and
Right.
talking on
Right.
dating sites.
Swiping's fine, but not sending messages.
Yeah.
And I remember I gave her my phone number, and then we're texting.
Oh, yeah.
And then I gave you the phone.
Yeah.
When we were texting. And I remember we just started kind of closing. We were trying to close the deal.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It was to that point where you've been messaging for so long where you
10
actually
minutes?
talk about... It's not about the time. It's about how many messages. Okay?
True.
It depends on the
How many
frequency of
messages?
messages.
What's the minimum?
I don't think there's a minimum.
Just when you feel
But you
it.
just know that point.
Yeah.
You just kind of know that point. And I handed Jake my phone. I'm like, Jake, like, you know, let's close this deal. And I remember we got down to like, we kind of swerved sex a little bit to like hanging out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To like hanging
The
out
pivot.
and all of that. And then she mentioned she never kissed a boy before.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. That was weird.
What do we do in that situation? I have no fucking clue.
I don't know.
what we
That
did.
definitely sent us. That came out of nowhere.
It came absolutely
I
nowhere.
think we kind of reinvented ourselves to more of a sympathetic character where we were like,
Oh no. I remember what we said. No, this is fucked up. What we really said was, after that point, we said, I like to just get it all over with right off the bat so we can focus more on our relationship.
Yeah, I think before she said, I think she was trying to get at, I'd rather be in a committed relationship with someone who I know or love or something before I kiss them. You know what I mean?
It wasn't kissed, it was going further.
Oh, but
Yeah,
she definitely wanted to be not just, she didn't want just some random person,
right.
She definitely wanted to have like a boyfriend or something, and so we somehow made Jarvis sound like he was interested in that, which is not the case.
Right.
Or maybe it was it?
Yeah, 100% I was definitely not interested in that case.
Yeah, well, I mean, why would anyone? It's 1 a.m., you're driving, you're with your wasted ass friends, and yeah, but we somehow got through to her that we were, or that you were.
Yeah.
And I think she started to go along with it, right?
Yeah, before I blocked her.
Yeah. Did you guys schedule something or no?
What's that?
Did you schedule like a meetup or something or no?
No. Because it was not at that like point. I would have to dig so much more and like get to know her. Like that was the type of conversation that you have with a girl that she almost wants to start like getting to know you over text versus like actually just like meeting up and getting to know each other.
Yeah, that's not what you do, right?
No, not at all, man. It's like you meet up. You just get to know each other. Whether you're looking to hook up or not, you just have to meet up and get to know each other.
Yeah, it's a little too much to do that on over text, especially over Bumble. But
yeah,
sometimes the culture lines don't really translate well, and some people think otherwise. But whatever, we're not going to blame her. It's not her problem. Wrong timing.
Wrong timing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit me up when I'm 25.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Let me over to China. Whatever.
Exactly.
So it passed some time. It killed about an hour. It made the drive fun.
It made the drive super fucking fun. And I remember when we got back to East Lansing, we were like, all right, let's take these signs apart.
Yeah, we were really hyped. Yeah, it was great. I was taking pictures and everything. I was actually in like a chat with like 60 other chapters, and I was sending pictures, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, zebra, blah, 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 whatever.
And the signs were attached to the pole by ribbons.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. Didn't we had to get some power tools for this, right?
No, we just used that saw
Really?
because we let it heat up
Okay. Yeah,
right in the house because it was super warm in the house.
Yeah.
So like we just let it heat up and then we cut it.
I remember we were trying to ask Josh or someone if we had.
No.
No?
What happened was we just started going at it. We made a shit ton of noise.
And
you
he was
gotta
down.
you gotta remind yourself it's 3 a.m. at this point or 4 a.m. It was like late as fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
He was booling.
Josh downstairs in his little cave heard all this racket from upstairs and wakes up out of bed even if he probably was sleeping. And
yeah, he was
freaking out. It's like, dude, Josh, just go back to bed, man. Sorry, we apologize, but we need to get this done, And we ended up we cut them up and we did the signs. It was fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was a great time. It was fun shit.
That one tastes like shit.
Yeah, the peaches fucked up. I hate these disposable vapes. If you get some of the cheap ones, they will fucking burn up on you before they're actually like totally done
Shouldn't
for.
even fucking be. But yeah, that
Shouldn't.
was definitely the highlight of the week. After that, we didn't do much, right? It was getting closer to New Year's. I know there was some football coming up, some bowl games. MSU was in a bowl at the time.
Yeah.
Right? That was, I think we.
No, that was the year before. Oh yeah, no. We were in a bowl.
Yeah, who would we play? I forgot what we played, but it was shit.
Orange Bowl?
We got our ass kicked, right?
Yeah, we got our ass kicked.
Yeah, I think the biggest point for that whole trip was to hang out with Tulsa and watch football, and I think got some food, watch MSU get their asses kicked, and yeah, then we had our little New Year's party, and that was about it.
Yeah, ending up fucking a girl.
Yeah, you
That was disgusting.
yeah, you completed your schedule
At the top of Grand River Ramp.
Yeah, explain that.
Well, so like we're all partying New Year's, and I even had some friends back home come up for New Year's and
Checked your calendar.
hang out. Checked my calendar, make sure it was open, right? And I remember at the New Year's party, I was already like shit faced.
Yeah.
I had my bottle of Cooks and drank that motherfucker down.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember finishing the bottle, and then she was outside. Appeared.
Just appeared.
She just appeared out of nowhere. Get into her car, and it was like a white, like a Pontiac Grand Prix, like her traditional like car.
Yeah.
And I remember before, because I knew I was gonna be hammered, I like ran to CVS, grabbed some dick pills. I grabbed
don't
some
work.
dick pills
We're
that don't work
they're
at
like
all.
caffeine, pretty much, right?
Yeah, because knew I was on Adderall. I grabbed some dick pills, and I was hammered.
Shout out to CVS.
Shout out to CVS. And the dick pills came with like a little drink, and then also a pill. So I'm like, all right, bet, let's get this. And I just remember we get to the top of Grand River parking ramp, and just to let me remind you, my previous girlfriend, 2 girlfriends before, don't want to mention her name, but we've already fucked on all the other Grand River ramps. So I'm like, all right,
That's just your thing.
I was like, this is the last one. I have to do it here.
Sure,
So-
buddy.
I was like, she picked me up. She's like, where do you want to go? I'm like, Grand River parking ramp.
Well, you just came out of a house. Like, when did she ever say, "Why don't we just go back to the house"?
No, she didn't question it. I remember
Good
Jake.
girl.
I remember Jake. He was just like, "Wouldn't you want me to, like? You can go in my room, bro. It's no big deal." I'm just like, no.
Yeah,
No.
it had to be the
No.
parking garage or something. I think you get off to that, dude. I think you're just really into parking garages. You're like a voyeur or something. You like being outside. You fucking weirdo.
No, it was the last one.
Oh, okay.
It was like the last parking garage to go.
I think you're the only man who was fucked in 3 parking garages. Or is it the same parking garage?
No, I hit different parking garages.
Oh, that's a feat on its own.
Yeah, did all my sophomore year, and we got up to the parking garage. I remember like we went to the back seat, did our thing, and then after it was just like so quiet. And
You're just enjoying the snow, the lights, the ambiance.
no, you know how like with the right girl, like you fuck her, and
You're like,
like
hey,
you
man,
guys are chilling.
this isn't that bad.
after you kind of are cuddled and like looking up
in your car.
and all that. Well, I mean the traditional style, right?
Yeah.
It's like usually if you're at home, you turn on a movie and watch a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're somewhat like you have like this clearing the head moment.
Post nut clarity. You
The
know?
post nut.
What you're trying to say is that sometimes it's not that bad, and sometimes it's
Well, this time, as soon as I finished, I hopped in the front seat. I'm like, all right,
Alright, yeah, it's
drop me
business.
back off.
Yeah.
Drop me back off. And it was
Yeah.
just like that sudden move. I remember, so we were in this back seat, and the car was hot, we were getting sweaty, and all that. But like she starts going at it, and then like I put the condom on. After I put the condom on, then like we're going at it, and then I'm hammered. I'm on Adderall. My shit gets
Dick pills.
soft, and then I rip the condom off,
Oh god.
and then she just starts giving me top, and then she gets back up, and it was like this devilish cycle.
Ugh.
Don't you just hate like the devilish cycle?
It's terrible.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And then like the smell. in the car. It's
Jesus.
just getting so horrid.
Oh my god.
It is
Especially,
so bad.
there's probably piss and spilled. Oh no, that was her car. Never mind.
It was her car, but like it wasn't clean.
Of course not.
Like it was like we had to like push some shit off the back seats, like a couple sweatshirts
Why would
and
a
shit
girl
like that.
why would a girl with a clean car come up at 2 a.m.?
I don't think I've ever seen a college student that drives a Grand Prix have a clean car.
Amen.
If you drive a Grand Prix, it is not clean.
It must come factory dirty, you think?
Yeah, out of the fucking lot, it comes with fucking McDonald's cup.
Yeah, McDonald's cups
all
and
the
shit.
liquids
Yeah.
and a bunch of water bottles. But yeah, and we just had like this devilish cycle back and forth, and I just kind of like forced myself at a certain point to go because I just knew I had to stop. I'm just like, all right, like I shouldn't be doing this. I just need to get back to the house.
But wait, you were in a bad position because you weren't driving. She was driving, right?
Exactly.
So you were at her will, whatever she wanted to do, which is a very bad place to be. You should always be in control if you're trying to dip, So how'd you get out of that?
Well, she didn't hold me against my will.
Good.
So, basically, I finished, and then she drove me back to the house.
There was a party going on, kind of, right?
Well, when I left, there was. When I come back, literally when I come back, I'm smelling like a butthole, and I remember upstairs, everybody sleep on the couches and shit.
Yeah.
I get downstairs, I look, everybody's sleeping on everything, and there's nowhere to sleep. I remember somebody was on the futon because I called the futon. I was like, all right, like I've been here all fucking week. This is my futon.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping here.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely somebody was sleeping on my futon. I forgot where I slept. Was there a table downstairs?
Oh,
I slept on the slut box.
Nice. That's wood, right?
Straight wood. I think I stole a pillow from somebody.
It's what your dirty ass deserves.
Yeah, of course. Because Jake, yeah, we don't want to mention his name. His friends were there. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so like I stole a pillow from one of those fuckers and slept on the slut box.
Bro, you could have came into my room. You would have slept next to me. I don't give a fuck, dude. I've had so many random fucking idiots sleep next to me. Like my friends, I've waken up to people just in my bed. Like my friend, I have no idea how they got there. Well, I didn't have a lock on my door at the time, but yeah. You could have slept in my bed, dude. No problem.
No problem, man. But yeah, that was New Year's, and
good times. Good way to start off the year.
Definitely not the best way to start off the year, but it definitely started off the drunk-riddenness of all of sophomore year.
Yeah, it's
like for the second semester, the spring semester got quite heated.
Did
and
it?
we will definitely have to talk about that in the next episode.
True.
Because of the shit that I did. Oh, it was definitely one for the books.
Yeah, we can cover that in the next episode.
Yeah, we'll cover that in another Bullen edition. Well, thanks guys for checking out the pregame podcast. Make sure to go to our new website, thepregamepodcast.com. Check that out. Check out our Twitter. Check out our Instagram. Check out our YouTube. Whatever the fuck it is, go ahead and check it out. And also, don't forget to buy your
Buy your fucking fleshlight, dude.
Buy your fucking fleshlight.
Please.
It's good shit. No, not a please. It's a thank you. Because you're definitely going to enjoy that fleshlight after you come in.
You're welcome.
Thanks for checking out the pregame podcast, and we'll catch you later.
Bitch, I wanna party like Chris Farley.